Yes, sir.
We're live. Okay, awesome. So thanks, everyone. I changed wardrobes again in real life this time. I'm excited for this new category session we're doing at Cloud Go-to-Market XP this year, which really centers around emerging marketplace. The title is not perfect because Pax8, for people who've known Pax8, is not an emerging marketplace. They've been around a long time. They're emerging from a tackle Cloud Go-to-Market perspective. I'm really excited to be joined by Nick Heddy, who is President, Chief Commerce Officer of Pax8. And we actually, like most marketplaces, we got introduced to Pax8 via one of our customers. And I actually had met Nick a long time ago, but one of our larger customers was like, "Hey, if you heard a lot about what Pax8's doing, we're really excited about how they complement our bigger, broader cloud go-to-market. You all should talk." And that started about a year ago, and it's been a ton of fun to learn about Pax8. So Nick, welcome. Maybe take a minute, introduce yourself.
Thank you. Nick Heddy, president of Pax8. I have not been called emerging in some time. I've been with the company for 12 years now. And I remember 4 years ago being invited to a webinar on the future of marketplaces. And everyone was just kind of figuring it out at that stage. And I remember thinking, man, John knows what he's talking about. I need to make it a point to connect with him later. And here we are 4 years later. Still leading the discussion on cloud go-to-market through marketplaces. So thank you for the invite. Happy to be here.
Yeah, good things sometimes take a little time. So,
Yes.
So I know, really, I mean, you guys have been, like you said, you've been at this for a while, but I think you're at like a pretty big evolutionary point in the company, and even, some bolder marketing that's been happening. Would love for you just to update the entire audience, because I think, a lot of ISVs are still learning what Pax8 is and how it fits in. So take us through the story.
Perfect. I have some very busy slides that Michael's going to pull up for me. There we go. And yeah, let me talk to you. And I know too many words on the slide, rule number one, but the answer is complex. Like, what is Pax8? It depends on who I'm talking to. If I'm talking to a partner, we're a marketplace that streamlines the digital journey for their downstream customers. If I'm talking to an ISV or a vendor, we're a platform that enables you to streamline that product-led growth strategy and translate it into a marketplace-led growth strategy. If I'm talking to a customer, once a partner storefront enables you, you have self-service capabilities as you're adding employees or changing the licensing needs for that customer. It just makes it easier for you to get what you need exactly when you need it. And our platform is really built for all of the stakeholders. So the session with AWS, with Salesforce today, with Johnson & Johnston, it really resonated with me about aligning the stakeholders that are involved in this journey. So today, what does that look like? We have over 40,000 managed service providers, partners. They're serving over 700,000 SMB customers with licensing for over 20 million unique users coming from 140 different vendors. And so that all equates to about 70 million licenses coming from our vendors, being serviced and wrapped with support from those partners and taking it downstream. This also means that we are Microsoft's Partner of the Year for the indirect provider category for both Americas and global. And we're also a strong AWS partner. We've been seeing about 500% growth year over year for the trailing 12-month period. So we are the SMB marketplace. You hear a lot about the hyperscaler marketplaces, and they are really built to solve some of the enterprise challenges. And Pax8 likes to think of themselves as the fourth marketplace, that SMB marketplace. And so for the audience on the call, many of whom are enterprise SaaS companies and are having the question, hey, how do I go downstream? How do I get to an SMB buying customer? Really, there's a lot of challenges that are stopping you from doing so. One, there is not a platform that has everything you need that allows you to go downstream to those SMB customers. If you're engaged with some of the best advisor companies that are out there, they'll tell you it's costly. It's usually a 3-year break-even point. And then you have to go and win, like Pax8 has done, one partner at a time. And so it sure seems a lot easier if there was just a marketplace out there that already had 40,000 partners that serve SMB. There's often a gap in the enterprise bundles of services and that product-led growth strategy, and translating that to a marketplace-led growth strategy. What are the right products for SMB that are very consumable? We also believe that SMB is going to be exploding in the near term as AI is getting hold, and you see some of the companies perhaps not needing as many product workers, product knowledge folks as they used to. We believe that this is going to lead to an SMB inception explosion. So these are some of the challenges that we're hearing from the vendors that are our customers, our partners that we're helping to take downstream. So from a vendor go-to-market standpoint, it is really about being very consumable. And I've heard a lot of great commentary from the previous sessions, but getting that bill right and providing a single bill for an SMB customer coming from a partner for all the things that are being consumed, that is a challenge today that not a lot of vendors have a simple answer for. Many of our partners have about 50 customers on average that are downstream from their MSP practice. And so being able to manage those subscriptions, see what the usage is, do they have everything turned on correctly and integrated? That is a product set that Pax8 has that not many vendors have solved for today. And I would suggest that you shouldn't and you don't need to. But then storefront and marketplace integrations, these are critical. We're seeing when a partner storefront enables one of their customers, when compared to the rest of our base of 700,000 customers, those where self-service storefront has been turned on, they're growing 35% faster than those that are waiting for the MSP to turn on that next license for them. And then if you can imagine the 70 million licenses that we see and the intelligence or the insights that's coming off of that, which are great indicators on what's trending in market, what's the next big product going to be. When a customer buys product A, B, and C, we know it's highly likely that they're going to be buying product D on this sort of timeline. And aren't those insights very interesting if you can give them to the partner and the vendor so that they can co-sell together? And then, like many of the people on this call, AI is at the center of the Pax8 business, and we are seeing amplification across both sales and support when assisted with AI. And so some of the things that our vendors are asking us for to help them go downstream, to unlock the massive TAM that is SMB, they need help. They need consulting on, are my products built to be very consumable? Are they the things, the features and benefits needed to drive SMB consumption? Pre and post sales support. A lot of our vendors, our ISVs, would like to use their resources for mid-market and enterprise. And they would like Pax8 to handle pre and post sales, account management, and dedicated operations. And to us, that means, hey, when I press buy now, when I drop it in my cart and I check out, is that license instantly provisioned? We're also seeing some of our ISVs who have gone to market in an e-commerce or direct motion that they're seeing when it's not tethered to an MSP or a partner, the churn rates are somewhere in that 30 percentile range, which means all of that hard work to go and acquire that new customer, you could be churning that entire base every 3 years if you don't stay on top of that. And then from a marketing and customer lifecycle management standpoint, we can see all the digital signals across that buyer's journey, and we know when your product is going to be the next logical product for any given customer. So those are things that we can help with. And last but not least, allowing a storefront capability right on a vendor's homepage is a great way to take those customers, and we see our ISVs on their homepage. If a customer goes in and identifies and does a form fill and identifies as an SMB customer, they're often not getting a call back. So taking those customers, feeding them to those loyal partners who have gone through and demonstrated that they are a great partner, we can make sure that they are growing at a rate that is faster than others. And so this was my quick hit, my lightning round on what I'm seeing in an SMB focused marketplace.
Yeah, that's awesome, Nick. And maybe I want to summarize a handful of things that I've taken away from our conversations over the years. I think that one partner, one MSP at a time versus 40,000. I mean, that's a huge compelling value prop for an ISV. And I think, when I talk to ISVs, a lot of them are doing something with MSPs, but they haven't figured out how to scale it. So that's one thing I always think about. The second is that point around mid-market and enterprise focus. When I talk to like CROs and CEOs, oftentimes they're like, hey, our go-to-market resources are precious, and we want to figure out how to align them with the places that can have the biggest impact short-term for us, which oftentimes is mid to up market, and especially while the macro economy is a little bumpy. So the ability to align with a partner that gives you access to that MSP community and allow you to focus your resources up market, that's a second big thing. And I think the third thing for me, like that, I'll blend these two together. It's like the 3-year break-even point, doing it yourself versus going faster with a partner like Pax8, as well as the opportunity to connect the dots with storefronts, which, I mean, Pax8's been a pioneer in that storefront space, especially in the MSP community. And we're just starting to see that happen in cloud. So really curious to see if we'll see those growth rate accelerations mimic in cloud with what you guys have seen.
Yeah, hearing Caitlin earlier really resonates with me, because with 140 ISVs or vendors in my marketplace, it is really a slow adoption curve in the beginning. It is, okay, one partner at a time, one customer of one partner at a time. And that's like a 60-day window. Next 60-day window is, okay, customer 2 through 5 and onboarding one at a time. And then after 6 months, you see partners drive adoption through their entire customer base all at once. And so building a great plan, trusting that plan, I would say that absolutely resonates with me.
And Nick, I mean, we have a lot of heads of alliances, heads of cloud on this session. Who's the person that's usually making the call around Pax8? And if people on this call are intrigued, what should they do?
Yeah, there are typically channel chiefs within an organization. When you want to reduce your customer acquisition cost and drive your lifetime value of those SMB customers, the way to do it most cost effectively is to go through partners. This isn't an enterprise motion. This isn't a shift in a burn down of a large enterprise agreement. The value that needs to be added typically comes from making it easy, making it consumable, making it go fast, consolidating billing, and Pax8 is also offering support on the products that we're selling. So if you want turnkey SMB go-to-market and you want it through the channel, it's typically the channel chief inside of an ISV or a vendor who's driving that strategic or alliance relationship.
And I know that I talked earlier in the keynote, like $1.2 trillion of B2B software sold. The SMB opportunity actually is pretty similar in size. Is that right? Do I have that math right?
Depending on who you talk to and where you're looking, yeah, they're saying that it's about a $600 billion TAM. And we think with AI unleashing some product knowledge workers back into the workforce, we think with AI, it's going to be easier than ever to have a startup. To be that one-man unicorn is now a potential reality. And so we think the SMB TAM is going to absolutely explode over these next 2 to 3 years. It's a little bit more resistant to some of the macros that are happening. It's less competitive often. There is a lot of goodness in this SMB space that Pax8 has been enjoying. Come join me.
Amazing.
Here.
So we are wrapping. That was an awesome lightning talk. I'm thrilled. Nick, thank you so much for joining. Looking forward to having you on in the future, continuing to monitor everything that Pax8's doing. And I'm thrilled to turn this over to Tackle CRO, Jake Simpson, as we go beyond the playbook and look into what isn't working with today's go-to-market world. So thanks, everybody.
Thank you.